What do a nurse in Guatemala, a businessman in Japan, a Syrian teenager, and a retired grandfather in Mexico all have in common?
They all learned English, but that's not the interesting part.
What's interesting is what happened after, and I promise you it's not what you'd expect.
One of these stories might just be the reason you needed to keep going with your English today.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent English Podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Emma. How's it going, Alex?
Pretty good. I just got back from the gym, actually. I'm a little tired, but feeling good. How about you?
Oh, nice. I'm doing well. I had a busy morning. I went to the grocery store, and then I made some coffee. Now I'm ready to chat with you.
Perfect. Coffee is essential, right?
Absolutely. I can't start my day without it.
Same here. So, Emma, we have a really exciting topic today.
We do. Today we're talking about something really inspiring. We want to share some amazing stories about how learning English has changed people's lives.
Yeah, and I think our listeners will really connect with these stories. Learning a new language is hard work, right? But it can open so many doors.
Exactly. And when I say open doors, I mean it creates new opportunities. It's an expression we use in English.
Good point. So, should we jump right in?
Let's do it. I'll start with the first story. This one really touched my heart. So, I read about a woman named Maria. She's from a small village in Guatemala. When she was growing up, she only spoke Spanish and a local indigenous language.
Okay, interesting start.
Right? So Maria always dreamed of becoming a nurse, but in her village, there weren't many opportunities. The hospitals were far away, and most medical training programs were in English or required English skills.
That must have been really frustrating for her.
It was, but Maria didn't give up. She started learning English on her own. She used free apps on her phone, she watched English videos online, and she practiced every single day.
Wow, that takes real dedication.
It really does. And here's the amazing part. After 3 years of studying, she was able to get into a nursing program. The program had some classes in English, and she could understand them. She also started connecting with international organizations that help train healthcare workers.
That's incredible.
And now, Maria works as a nurse in her community. She can also communicate with international doctors who visit her region. She told an interviewer that learning English didn't just give her a career, it gave her confidence and a sense of purpose.
I love that. The confidence part is so important. When you learn a new language, you're not just learning words and grammar, you're building confidence, right?
Exactly. You're proving to yourself that you can do difficult things, and that feeling spreads to other parts of your life.
Absolutely. Okay, I have a story to share too, and this one is pretty different.
I'm listening.
So this story is about a guy named Hiroshi from Japan. Hiroshi was working at a car manufacturing company in Tokyo. He had a stable job, everything was fine, but he felt kind of stuck. You know that feeling?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like you're just going through the motions every day.
Exactly. So Hiroshi decided he wanted to learn English. Not for work, not for any specific reason. He just wanted a challenge, something new.
Good for him.
Right? So he started taking evening classes. At first, it was really hard. He was shy about speaking, he made lots of mistakes, and sometimes he felt embarrassed.
That's so relatable. I think everyone feels that way when they're learning a language.
For sure. But here's where the story gets interesting. In his English class, Hiroshi met people from all over the world. There was a woman from Brazil, a man from Egypt, someone from Korea, all kinds of different backgrounds.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And they all became friends. They started meeting outside of class, going to restaurants, exploring the city together. Hiroshi said it completely changed his perspective on life. He realized how big the world is and how many interesting people are out there.
That's beautiful. So English became like a bridge connecting him to other people.
Exactly. And there's more. One of his classmates, the woman from Brazil, she worked for an international company. She told Hiroshi about a job opening in her company's Tokyo office.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. And because Hiroshi could now speak English, he was able to apply for the job. He got it. And now he works in an international environment, he uses English every day, and he says he's happier than he's ever been.
That's amazing. So learning English didn't just give him language skills, it gave him a whole new social circle and a new career.
Exactly. Sometimes the benefits of learning a language are not what you expect. You start for one reason, and you end up gaining so much more.
That's so true. It reminds me of another story I wanted to share.
Go for it.
Okay, so this one is about a teenager named Amina. She's from Syria. When she was 15 years old, her family had to leave Syria because of the war. They became refugees.
Oh, that must have been so difficult for them.
It was incredibly hard. They ended up in Germany, and Amina didn't speak German, and her English was very basic. She could only say things like hello and thank you.
I can't imagine how scary that must have been. Moving to a completely new country, not speaking the language.
Right. She felt very isolated. She couldn't talk to other kids at school. She couldn't express her feelings. She couldn't make friends.
That breaks my heart.
Mine too. But Amina was determined. She started learning English because it was offered at her school, and she knew English was spoken in many places around the world. She thought it would be useful.
Smart thinking.
Very smart. So she studied really hard, and after about a year, her English got pretty good. And this is where the story gets really inspiring. Amina started using her English to help other refugees in her community.
Really? How?
She became a translator and a helper. When new refugee families arrived, she would help them communicate with doctors, with teachers, with government officials. She was like a bridge between her community and the German services.
Wow, it's such a young age.
I know. And she said that helping others made her feel valuable again. After losing so much, her home, her old life, she found a new purpose.
That's incredible. So English gave her power to help her community.
Exactly. And there's more. She started making videos in English about refugee experiences. She shared them online, and they got thousands of views. Now she's an advocate for refugee education.
That's just wow. From not being able to communicate to becoming a voice for others?
Right? It shows that language is power. When you can communicate, you can share your story, you can advocate for yourself and others, you can make change happen.
Absolutely. These stories are really moving. Should we share one more?
Yes, I think we have time for one more.
Okay, this last one is a bit different. It's about an older gentleman named Carlos from Mexico. Carlos retired from his job when he was 65. He had worked as an accountant for 40 years.
Okay, so he retired. That's a big life change.
Huge change. And Carlos felt a little lost at first. He said he didn't know what to do with all this free time. His kids were grown up, living their own lives. He felt like he needed something to challenge his brain.
I can understand that. Retirement can be exciting, but it can also feel strange.
Exactly. So his grandson suggested he learn English. His grandson said, "Grandpa, you always wanted to travel. If you speak English, you can travel anywhere."
That's sweet advice from the grandson.
Right? So Carlos thought, why not? I have time now. He enrolled in an online English course, and he absolutely loved it.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. He said learning English made him feel young again. He was challenging himself, learning new things, meeting new people in his online classes. And after 2 years of studying, Carlos decided to take his first big international trip. He went to Australia.
Oh, that's so far from Mexico.
I know. He traveled by himself, which was very brave, and he could communicate in English. He talked to people at restaurants, he made friends at his hotel, he even joined a local tour group.
Good for him. That takes courage.
It really does. And he told his family that it was one of the best experiences of his life. He felt independent and capable. He proved to himself that you're never too old to learn something new.
I love that message. Age is just a number, right?
Exactly. Carlos now travels somewhere new every year. Last year, he went to Ireland. Next year, he's planning to visit Vietnam.
That's amazing. So learning English opened up the whole world to him.
Literally. And he says it also changed his relationship with his grandson. They practice English together now, and it brought them closer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
So, Emma, we've shared 4 really different stories today. What do they all have in common?
Well, I think they all show that learning English, or any language really, can transform your life in unexpected ways.
Absolutely. Maria became a nurse and found her purpose. Hiroshi made new friends and changed careers. Amina became an advocate for her community. And Carlos discovered the joy of traveling and learning.
Right. And none of these people probably knew exactly how English would change their lives when they started learning. They just took that first step.
That's such an important point. Sometimes we don't know where something will lead us. We just have to start and see what happens.
Exactly. And I want to say something to our listeners right now.
Go ahead.
If you're listening to this podcast, you're already on your English learning journey, and that's amazing. You're doing something that could change your life in ways you can't even imagine yet.
That's so true. Every time you listen to us, every time you practice, every time you try to speak English, even if you make mistakes, you're getting closer to new opportunities.
Right. Maybe English will help you get a better job. Maybe you'll make friends from other countries. Maybe you'll be able to travel. Maybe you'll help your community. Or maybe English will lead to something completely unexpected.
The possibilities are endless. And here's the thing, you don't have to be perfect. Maria, Hiroshi, Amina, and Carlos, they all made mistakes. They all had moments where they felt frustrated or embarrassed.
But they kept going, and that's what matters.
Exactly. Progress, not perfection. That's my motto.
I like that. Progress, not perfection.
So to all our listeners out there, keep practicing, keep learning, stay curious, and most importantly, believe in yourself.
We believe in you.
We really do. And hey, we'd love to hear your stories too. How has English changed your life, or how do you hope it will change your life?
Yeah, think about it. Maybe share it with a friend or write it down for yourself. It's good to remember why you're doing this.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a good place to end today's episode. Emma, this was a really inspiring conversation.
It really was. I feel motivated now.
Me too. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for listening to Fluent English Podcast. Remember, we release new episodes every week.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please share it with your friends who are learning English. It really helps us.
Yes, please do. All right, until next time, keep practicing your English.
And remember, you're doing great.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.